What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, what's been going on this week in Destiny 2? Well, really not much. The weekly reset really didn't bring anything interesting other than a patch which fixed a bunch of things, including the nuclear core duping glitch for the first encounter of the Vesper's host dungeon. People were doing that cheese to farm the crap out of that encounter and get dungeon weapons. But people have already discovered brand new cheeses for that encounter, which are just as easy, make it just as easy to farm those dungeon weapons. I did a video on that. Definitely, guys, check it out if you're still missing god rolls. But speaking of that, although nothing much is going on in-game, something absolutely massive is going on within the community, and it's honestly one of the biggest Destiny scandals we've ever seen. So what it is the perk weighting conspiracy. Honestly, this deserves its own video for how crazy things have gotten, but to quickly summarize, people were very frustrated when farming the chill inhibitor, the heavy dungeon grenade launcher, that they just couldn't get the role of empathetic arsenal plus bait and switch, which is the theoretical god roll. People were farming and farming and farming, and they would just never get that roll. So people started to express their frustrations and say the perks are weighted. That roll is weighted to be lower than usual. Bungie actually officially came out, as you can say, and said they looked into this. There is no such thing as perk weighting. It is not active in the game. But people couldn't, dismiss this feeling. So they started to compile the data. And guys, this is what 450 recorded drops of the chill inhibitor looks like. And you can see a pattern. Certain combos are just way less likely to spawn than others. And what people started to theorize is that in the API, the further away perks are, the less likely they are to spawn. So you can see right here, with empathetic plus explosive light, they're right next to each other, so you're gonna get a lot of that roll. I know me personally, I've gotten that roll all the time, but since empathetic arsenal and bait and switch are extremely far away, they are less likely to spawn. Now, you could be watching this and going, this seems crazy. It's just RNG, you just happen to get a bad batch of data, and that is completely true. We would have to have a completely different weapon that people were recording their drops for with the same pattern to confirm this conspiracy. Well, that's exactly what we have with the reprised Season of Dawn weapons. Oh wait, here's another one, and another one, and another one. Guys, every single one of these recorded weapons have the exact same probability patterns, where it's way less likely to get perks that are far apart in the API. So we're getting to the point where it is statistically impossible for all of these weapons to have the exact same pattern through random chance. You are more likely to win the lottery 3 times in a row than you are to have, again, every single one of these weapons have the exact same rolls in the same pattern. The faraway perks are always the least common rolls. Something is clearly going on here, guys, and either Bungie lied or they don't know about this. Maybe the perks aren't actually weighted, but the whole perk combos might be. And again, this might be unintentional. Bungie might have no clue this is happening, but how long has it been happening? This could be going on for years, and that's why the farming in Destiny has been so frustrating at times, because you're just randomly going after a role that is statistically almost impossible to get. Crazy stuff here. Again, I'm gonna stop this topic now, but there is so much going on, and there is so much more evidence coming forth. With every new weapon that's examined, and the community is pooling their resources and their knowledge to account for roles, and the same pattern is coming up, something is going on. Now, moving on from there to the brand new information within the TWAB. So, first of all, Bungie officially reveals Festival of the Lost 2024, the free Halloween event that is arriving with the next weekly update. So they say Festival of the Lost returns next week with more headless ones to slay and sweet treats to earn. Eva Levante will be back in the tower, ready to hand out candy and offer some new updated rewards for good little guardians. So this is the most interesting part. With Festival of the Lost, we are getting one brand new weapon, as well as all of the previous year's festival weapons are back, ready to earn, but with new perks. So, first of all, in terms of how you're going to get these weapons, you're going to complete haunted sectors and earn eerie engrams. They say, like previous years, haunted sectors are going to be one of the best ways to earn engrams. Fight your way through haunted sectors and hordes of headless ones to earn candy, weapons, eerie engrams, and manifested pages. This year, you'll have the opportunity to grab more eerie engrams in expert haunted sectors, as they'll now have a chance to also drop an additional eerie engram. And the eerie engrams you earn can be opened for a variety of rewards or can be focused into exotic armor and specific festival weapons. You also have to restore the Book of the Forgotten with the manifest pages you collect, and that's going to give you lore drops, etc. And you have sweet rewards. They say, we've got some great goodies you'll want to stuff in your treat bag this year, including some new items from Eva. Making purchases and focusing armor and weapons will cost candy, which can be earned by defeating enemies and completing activities during this event, and also wearing a mask. You can also earn a nice helping of candy and XP by completing bounties offered by Eva. Whichever way you choose to earn it, candy will help you continue to rake in the rewards during this event. So, here's a rundown of the actual goodies, the actual stuff you're getting this year. First of all, we have the armor sets. It's the Wizard Armor Ornaments, and you can purchase these with silver or bright dust. And you can see here, the Hunters and the Warlocks are the evil wizards, and the Titans chose the good wizards through community votes. Moving on from there, the brand new weapon is the Arcane Embrace Shotgun, and this is actually a really exciting one because this is a brand new damage archetype. It's a heavy burst shotgun, the first one ever in the game. So it's essentially a slug shotgun that fires 2 rounds at once. Think of it as the heavy burst hand cannons like the Warden's Law, but on a shotgun. So that could potentially do a ton of damage, like per trigger pull. And some interesting perks it comes with. 4th times the charm, which obviously, again, for like a double burst could be nuts, especially if 2 shots only use up 1 ammo. Also, you can get Precision Instrument, and the origin trait is Search Party, which is the same for all of the festival weapons. Now, as for all of the other returning weapons, here are some of the crazy perk combos they can get. For the Macabre, which is an aggressive arc sniper rifle, you can get Lone Wolf plus Closing Time, so actually pretty decent in PvP for that sniper role. Then for the Jurassic Green, which is actually a really well-liked rapid-fire solar pulse rifle, it can get Loose Change plus Incandescent this time, and it also gets 2 origin traits if you want. Then the Braytech Werewolf, which is a precision kinetic auto rifle, can get Rewind rounds plus Onslaught, which is actually a pretty good combo. And then also there's a Void rapid fire grenade launcher, which can actually get Withering Gaze in the left, which is the new perk that will let you weaken targets, plus Bait and Switch. Honestly, a heavy rapid fire grenade launcher that brings its own weaken plus Bait and Switch, that actually could be pretty good, especially if you're doing like solo stuff. Now your heavy weapon just weakens as well. Again, that's pretty saucy. Not to mention, guys, we have some new masks that you can use, and remember, you're gonna have a mask on when doing activities in order to actually get the rewards, the candy, and so on. And also exotic class items. They say Eva will also have another special treat this year. Exotic class items will be available to purchase directly from Eva for 1 eerie engram and 2,500 candy. You can purchase as many as you like, and if you have attunement unlocked, these items are extra sweet because you're actually guaranteed to get your attuned perk to drop. This is huge, guys. Normally, if you attune, for example, Spirit of Syntheseps for the Titan Stoicism, and you get one to drop in the Pale Heart, you just have a slightly increased chance to get Spirit of Syntheseps. Now it's a 100% chance. This is huge for farming that missing god roll, guys. And they get even further. They say, for those looking to get their hands on the very first exotic class item, while players must own the Final Shape expansion to have access to these class items, you do not need to have completed Dual Destiny to purchase the Festival of the Lost exotic class item rewards. So if you still haven't done Dual Destiny, you could just roll up to Eva Levante and buy them outright. That is crazy. And if you do buy your first one from her, you're also going to unlock the ability to purchase them from Xur and get them from rewards in Overthrow Chest in the Pale Heart. So you can essentially completely bypass Dual Destiny, but they do say it will be required for unlocking attunement. So just keep that in mind. But guys, like literally, this is now the best possible event ever of all time, probably, to get the exotic class item rolls you actually want. And again, to get them in the first place if you haven't done Dual Destiny. Crazy information there. Also, the Super Black shader is going to return, as you can see right here. Not to mention, there's also going to be some more goodies. So we have the return of the Festival of the Lost memento and this awesome emblem. On top of that, they are having a little bit of a fashion show where you can submit your Guardian's drip on social media and potentially get some rewards. Moving on from there, guys, we have an update on the hurricane relief efforts, as you can see right here. And in addition to this emblem, you can now get this shirt. And of course, the TWAB is linked in the description of this video if you want to head there and donate. Moving on from there, Grandmaster Nightfalls will begin on October 29th. Honestly, not a great time with all this festival stuff going on, but there you go. And also, guys, there is another collab, this time with For Honor. Ubisoft partnered with Bungie yet again. So the actual For Honor trailer for this was crazy. You can like play as Shaxx with a flaming sword and crazy stuff. Definitely some cool stuff there. And then the last thing we're going over, guys, is something you absolutely want to know, and that is the Ignition boss damage update. So this was both a glitch and intentional. Essentially, people noticed that consecutive ignitions against the same target, like for example, if you're a Consecration Titan and you're consecrating a boss over and over again, it will actually do less and less and less and less damage. And while they said the reduction in damage was actually intended, it's doing like too little damage. It's reducing the damage too much. Essentially, it's reducing the damage all over the game to the degree that Bungie intended to reduce the damage for the servitor boss in the new dungeon. So the servitor boss in the new dungeon resists ignitions by like 99%, and so that was actually scaling down to everywhere in the game. So if you've been, ignition spamming on a boss and noticing it does no damage, that's why. It is supposed to scale down, but not as sharply as it is right now. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be fixed in mid-November. And so, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for putting up with me sounding probably nasally the whole time because my nose is absolutely stuffed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.